Prime Minister Modi will lay the foundation stone for the Manipur water supply project. It will cover over 2.8 lakh families in the state's 16 districts, making it a vital component in meeting the goal of providing potable water to all the rural households in the country by 2024. Prime Minister Modi addresses the India Idea Summit, says India and the US partnership can play an important role in getting the world economy back on track after the COVID-19 pandemic. Says India is in the best place for investment at this time. Also says countries like America can avail the endless opportunities available in India. US and China ties worsen, and to protect the American intellectual property and Americans' private information, the US orders China to close its consulate in Houston. With the Asian market set to come under pressure, Mike Pompeo urges India to reduce dependence on China. The political ruckus continues in Rajasthan. The state BJP president says the Congress government came in minority and has lost the trust of its party MLAs, while the Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot's right letter to Prime Minister says the efforts are being made to destabilize the democratically elected state governments. The war against COVID-19 continues after Chhattisgarh, Bhopal, Manipur and Jammu and Kashmir move towards lockdown. Almost all the hospitals in Itanagar are going to a shutdown for sanitization. The Delhi corona recovery rate records 85.22%. The recovery rate across India crosses 63% and 7,53,000 people have been cured so far. The worldwide COVID-19 infection cases crosses 15 million. The death toll exceeds 6 million. According to the WHO, the expert says that we should not expect the first COVID-19 vaccine until early 2021. In sports news, champions Liverpool lifts the English Premier League trophy, captures the title for the 19th time, defeats Chelsea by 5-3. Hello and good morning. You're watching Doordarshan News with me, Nancy Kohli. Our top story: Prime Minister Narendra Modi will lay the foundation stone for the Manipur water supply project today through video conferencing. The Government of India has initiated the Jal Jeevan mission to provide safe and adequate quantity drinking water to every rural household of the country by 2024 with the motto Har Ghar Jal. The Jal Jeevan mission is based on a community approach to water and is extensive information, education and communication as key components of the mission. There are about 19 crore households in India. Only 24% have fresh water household tap connections. The mission aims to provide households with the fresh household tap connections through the partnership of all the stakeholders, including the state governments, the Panchayati Raj institutions and the local communities. The Government of India has provided funds under Jal Jeevan mission to Manipur for the tap connections to cover 1,185 habitations with 1,42,749 households. The Government of Manipur has planned to cover the remaining households through additional sources of funding. This project, that's the Manipur water supply project, was designed to provide the tap connections to the remaining households in the Greater Imphal planning area, 25 towns and for 1,731 rural habitations covering 2,80,756 households in 16 districts of Manipur. The Manipur water supply project is an important component of efforts of the state government to achieve the goal of Har Ghar Jal by 2024. The project outlay is about 3,054 crore rupees with a loan component funded by the New Development Bank. And let's now go across to our correspondent Arun Sharma, who is joining us with more updates on that. Arun, of course, this the Manipur water supply project, for which Prime Minister Modi will be laying the foundation stone today at around 10:30 this morning. An important project there for the state and for the northeastern parts of the country, Arun, because this is going to be providing the portable drinking water and fulfilling the mission of Har Ghar Jal.
Indeed, and the Jal Jeevan mission is indeed a very ambitious project of the government, whereby it aims to provide the portable tap water to the rural households of our country. We know this fact that there are close to 19 crore rural households in our country, and out of which only 24% are connected with the tap water connectivity, or primarily with the piped tap water connectivity. So the aim is to provide the portable drinking water with the tap connections by 2024 to all these 19 crore households. Now the focus is also on the northeastern states of our country, because until and unless the inclusive development of northeastern states can be done, India as a whole cannot achieve a sustainable development. So in that context, now Manipur is playing an important role, whereby today the water supply project will be inaugurated, or primarily the foundation laying ceremony will take place and Prime Minister Narendra Modi will lay the foundation stone of the water supply project of Manipur. The important part is that we know this fact, for any big initiative or big mission, the states and the center coordination is very much important. So on one side, when we talk about the Manipur water supply project, the central government has provided the funds to Manipur, with which we know this fact that close to 1.5 lakh households will be connected with the portable tap connectivity. So on the other side, Manipur is now, having additional funds. It is ensuring that additional funds can be arranged, and in that context, Manipur is now providing the tap water connectivity, or this water project of Manipur will provide water to close to 3 lakh households in Manipur. So all in all, we know this fact that the target is till 2024, but various northeastern states are in line to achieve this target before 2024 targets. So this will also give a major push to the ease of living of what Prime Minister Narendra Modi is talking about, and that's all about the Jal Jeevan mission. It's an important day for the northeastern states and primarily for the Manipur.
Absolutely. All right, Arun, thanks very much for joining us for the moment. We'll of course be touching base with you in subsequent bulletins and on getting the fresh updates as far as this the water supply project in Manipur is concerned. Thanks very much. Moving on now, Prime Minister Modi has exhorted the global investors to take their bets on India as a country they can trust in every possible way, a country that has remained a strong FDI destination even during the COVID period. Prime Minister Modi delivered the keynote address at the India Idea Summit organized by the US-India Business Council in its 45th anniversary year, where he cited strong instances on why India remains a top FDI destination in a wide range of sectors, from infrastructure to the healthcare. He also said India's potency as an investment destination is demonstrated with the amount of the direct foreign investment it received during the post-COVID period of April to July this year.
See what has happened even during the ongoing pandemic. In the middle of COVID, India has attracted foreign investment of more than $20 billion between April and July 2020. For this vision, there are few better partners than the United States of America. India and the USA are two vibrant democracies with shared values. We are natural partners. Thus, US-India friendship has scaled many heights in the past. Now, it is time our partnership plays an important role in helping the world bounce back faster after the pandemic.
The Prime Minister also cited the growing number of internet users in the country. He said the rural users now outnumber those in the urban areas, and this shows the level of connectivity and the economic opportunity in India.
India is emerging as a land of opportunities. Recently, an interesting report came out in India It said, for the first time ever, there are more rural internet users than even urban internet users. Imagine the scale. There are about 500 million active internet users in India now. 500 million connected people. Does this sound huge to you?
Speaking about the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the global economy, the Prime Minister said it has brought home the message of diversifying trade to make the nations resilient in the face of external shock. He also said that the time is ripe for the US-India friendship to play an important role in helping the world bounce back after the pandemic.
Global economic resilience can be achieved by stronger domestic economic capacities. This means improved domestic capacity for manufacturing, restoring the health of the financial system, and diversification of international trade.
At the US-India Business Council's India Ideas Summit held online on Wednesday, the US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has urged India to focus on the domestic supply chains and reduce its dependence on China for telecommunications and medical supplies as Washington's ties with Beijing deteriorate dramatically. He said India has a chance to move the supply chains away from China. He also pressed upon the fact that India is in this position because it has earned the trust of many nations around the world, including the US. And talking about the standoff between India and China, Mike Pompeo said that the recent clashes initiated by the PLA are just the latest examples of China's unacceptable behavior.
India has a chance to attract global supply chains away from China and reduce its reliance on Chinese companies in areas like telecommunications, medical supplies, and others. India is in this position because it has earned the trust of many nations around the world, including the United States.
And the US has ordered China to close its consulate in Houston. In a statement giving reference to the unfair trade practices, the theft of American jobs and other behavior, the US State Department spokesperson has said that the closure was necessary to protect the American intellectual property and the private information. The US and China have been engaged in a row over the origin of COVID-19 in China, trade ties, and Hong Kong. And moving on now to news from back home, the political ruckus continues in Rajasthan, and the state BJP president has said that the Congress government has come in a minority and has lost the trust of its party MLAs. Writing a 3-page open letter addressing the people of Rajasthan on Wednesday, the BJP state president Satish Punia has claimed that the Ashok Gehlot-led government has been reduced to a minority. He affirmed that the Bharatiya Janata Party stands in solidarity with the people of Rajasthan amid the political and the COVID-19 crisis. Punia also dismissed that the BJP shall do everything possible for the welfare of the people of Rajasthan. And the Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad has said that digital platforms need to be responsive, accountable and sensitive to the concerns of sovereign nations as far as safety, defense and privacy are concerned. Addressing a virtual meeting of the G20 digital economy ministers, he said that digital economy must go hand in hand with the data economy.
Digital economy must go hand in hand with data economy, because data is the important component to accelerate digital economy. Yes, we understand the issue of data innovation, of data cross-flow, but we also need to acknowledge the sovereignty over data. Who has the sovereign right over the data? And we are very clear that the data must belong to the sovereign nation concerned to protect also the privacy of its people, to protect the digital concerns of its people. and obviously giving good occasion for innovation, for enterprise, data cleaning, data refining, all have to have a proper balancing aspect we need to acknowledge.
And updates now on the Assam flood situation, which has worsened further in the past 24 hours, affecting over 2 lakh people, taking the total number of affected to over 26 lakh now. The rain, landslides and the flood-induced fatalities in the state have touched 115, with 89 deaths due to floods. That includes 2 new deaths yesterday and 26 deaths due to the landslides. The Golpara district remains the worst hit, with about 4.7 lakh flood-affected people, followed by Barpet, Morigaon and Dhubri. The Brahmaputra River in Dibrugarh, Jorhat, Sonitpur, Golpara and Dhubri districts is still flowing above the danger mark, where the water level has begun rising again as downpour has continued since the last 3 to 4 days. Presently, 2,525 villages under 75 revenue circles in 26 districts, along with above 1.15 lakh hectares of cropland, are submerged. With the Met Department predicting heavy to very heavy rainfall likely at the isolated places in the state, the administration and the district authorities have their task cut out in the coming days. At present, above 45,000 inmates are taking shelter at 281 relief camps around the state. And let's now go across to our correspondent Kamal Bora, who is joining us from Guwahati. There, Kamal, an update this morning. Situation there across Assam continues to be grim. Of course, the worst affected districts, they are facing the most brunt of these, the floods and the thunderstorm as well. And the worry, of course, remains the continuous rains lashing down all the major rivers and its tributaries now flowing above the danger mark.
Yes, Nancy, as you have said, the situation is really worrisome at this moment, as river levels are continuously rising, and due to this incessant rain continuing since last 3 to 4 days. And due to this heavy rainfall and flood, erosion are taking place in a massive way in all over the state, and due to this, thousands of people have lost their homes. They have become homeless right now. If I tell you that since 1951 itself, this erosion, which has become an annual phenomenon right now, the Assam state has lost about 8,000 square kilometer land due to this erosion only. So it has become a huge problem right now, and you already as the situation is going towards a critical direction. There is apprehension that the number of affected people is likely to rise in the days to come, and this situation is going to last for some more time. And the state government is trying in all way to help these people who are getting affected every day. And Assam Chief Minister constantly speaking to central government, also asking help, asking support. Even I would like to inform you that the Jal Shakti Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat yesterday assured in a package of 346 crore to be used in the relief and rescue person in the state. And state Chief Minister is also trying to get a proposal to the state government that they want to strengthen the 5,000 kilometer of embankment, because this embankment is to play a vital role to prevent flood. So they want, Assam state government is trying to strengthen this embankment, and they are trying to send a proposal to state government, central government. So definitely we are hoping that central government will support the cause, and in years to come, the situation can be prevented to a certain extent, Nancy.
Sure. All right. All right, Kamal Bora, thanks very much for joining us for the moment and filling us in as far as the situation there, the flood situation in Assam is concerned. We do hope that the situation does get better with time, with of course efforts there being put in place, and to in fact to minimize the damage caused by these floods. And an update now as far as the situation in the flooded areas of Bihar concerns. It still remains grim. However, the situation in the catchment areas of various rivers in Nepal and Bihar is expected to improve slightly today. The areas of Sitamarhi, Darbhanga, East and West Champaran, Saharsa, Supal, Muzaffarpur, Saran and Gopalganj have been severely affected. The major rivers including Gandak, Bagmati, Kosi and Mahananda have been flowing above the danger mark. The water discharge in the Gandak barrage has almost reached its peak. More than 4 lakh people in over 10 districts have also been impacted. The Met Department has issued warning of heavy rain and thunderstorm in over a dozen districts of heavy shower and thunder. As many as 17 people have lost their lives in lightning incidents in the state. A policeman was shot dead by unknown terrorists in Kulgam district in South Kashmir on Wednesday, and the officials said that the terrorists fired upon the 58-year-old Abdul Rashid Dar, son of Ghulam Hassan, at Fura area in Mir Bazar, Kulgam, leaving him critically injured. He was then admitted to hospital where he was declared brought dead. Meanwhile, the entire area has been cordoned off and searches have been launched to trace the attackers. Today is the birth anniversary of the veteran freedom fighter Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has tweeted to pay homage to the great leader, and I quote, "I salute the fame of Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak, the ideal man, and his virtuous memory on his birth anniversary. He was the pioneer of such noble ideas, the ideals before the nation," unquote. And today also marks the birth anniversary of the Indian revolutionary leader Shahid Chandrasekhar Azad. He is also known as Azad. The Vice President has tweeted to pay tribute to Chandrasekhar Azad. In a tweet, the Vice President has said, and I quote, "On the occasion of the birth anniversary of Amar Shahid Chandrasekhar Azad, I salute the memory of the remarkable young hero. Youth aspirations and expectations are the key for any movement to be successful. The nationalist heroes like Chandrasekhar Azad linked the freedom movement with the youth aspirations and set the model for them. My tribute to the young revolutionary," unquote. And today, the birth anniversary of the great leaders Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Chandrasekhar Azad. Prime Minister Modi has tweeted to pay tribute to both the veterans. He said, I quote, "Salute to the two brave sons of Mother India, Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Chandrasekhar Azad, on their birth anniversary," unquote. Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar also remembered Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Chandrasekhar Azad on their birth anniversaries today. The minister tweeted, I quote, "Salute to Bal Gangadhar Tilak on his birth anniversary. He was an Indian nationalist, teacher, social reformer, lawyer and a freedom fighter. Swarajya is my birthright and I will get it," was his very famous quote. Javadekar has also tweeted on Chandrasekhar Azad, I quote, "Salute to the heroic son of Bharat Mata, Chandrasekhar Azad, on his birth anniversary," unquote. And shifting focus now, taking a look at the COVID-19 impact in India, and the highest ever number of recoveries have been recorded in the last 24 hours. 28,472 patients of COVID-19 have been cured and discharged in the last 24 hours. Over 7.5 lakh COVID patients have recovered so far. The cumulative figure of the recovered cases among the COVID-19 patients is now 7,53,049 as on date. The recovery rate has further improved to 63.13%. 19 states or union territories have registered higher than 63.13% recovery rate. Medical attention is being provided to all the 4,11,133 active cases in hospitals and home isolation. The case fatality rate in the country continues to register a steady downfall. It has dropped to 2.4% as of now. India, remember, has one of the lowest case fatality rates in the world. 28,732 patients have died due to COVID so far. And the national capital, Delhi, has once again recorded more fresh recoveries compared to the infections, as city's recovery rate has further improved to over 85% on Wednesday. The capital now has 1,07,650 recovered patients after adding 1,532 to the list in the past 24 hours. The national capital recorded 1,227 new cases, taking the active cases to 14,954 and the overall tally in the city to over 1.26 lakh, while the death toll from the virus has risen to 3,719. 29 fatalities have been recorded in the last 24 hours. Delhi has also witnessed a reduced number of home isolation patients with 7,966 with over 693 containment zones. Meanwhile, the total number of tests done till date in Delhi stands at 8,71,371. And taking a look at the weather conditions for today, the rainfall intensity and distribution over the northwest India is most likely to reduce significantly from today. There's also in fact some reduction predicted in the rainfall intensity over northeast India. That's also very likely from tomorrow due to the likely southward shifting of the eastern end of the monsoon trough. Moderate to severe thunderstorm and lightning at the isolated places is very likely over Bihar, Vidarbha, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Gangetic West Bengal and Telangana during the next 12 hours. And let's now take a look at the temperature recorded in various parts of the country. There we have those images up for you. Gilgit, Muzaffarabad 32, Leh at 28, Mirpur at 32. There of course Srinagar recording 30 maximum, Jammu being there at 34, Amritsar at 35, Shimla 26, 25, Jalandhar 34, Chandigarh 32 again. And of course Hisar in Haryana 34, Dehradun, New Delhi they're recording 35, Lucknow at 37, Prayagraj also in Uttar Pradesh, Varanasi 34, Muzaffarpur they're using 30, Patna 33, Gangtok 20, Guwahati in the northeast 31, Shillong 23, Itanagar also once again and Kohima of course 24, Imphal at 30, Aizawl 25, Agartala 31, Kolkata 31 again, Ranchi 30, Jamshedpur 33, Bhubaneswar 33 once again, Raipur 33, Nagpur 31. That's the maximum temperature we're getting for you as far as the temperature across the various parts of the country for today is concerned. We're also in fact taking a look at different temperature, the various weather conditions as well. Kochi there being at 32, Kavaratti 30, Bengaluru 31, Panjim 31, Mumbai 33. There of course in Gujarat there at Bhopal once again 33, Rajasthan, Jaipur 36, Jaisalmer witnessing 40 degrees. And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of the news. Thanks for being with us.